Namaste, so family. Uh, I want to talk about the disconnectivity in the feminine community, um, the lack of unity thereof. In other words, so the scripture says that any house divided against itself cannot stand, and I've noticed that the feminine community for the longest while has been very much detached from itself. Hence the many ailments and sicknesses that are prevailing in society. The feminine energy, is in charge of ridding society of sickness, No wonder you see so many women, looking ill-shaped and, ill-formed and, bearing all kinds of sicknesses. And it's because they're disconnected from the feminine energy. And, the plastic surgery won't do, That's you just masking an ailment and an illness, but it still exists. And as I said, a lot of you, taking part in this plastic surgery movement, you're gonna be very sorry, because everything is supposed to be authentic under the Aquarian frequency. I don't know about any other frequency, but I can speak for a fact, the Aquarian frequency. So you got a lot of women. You see, when you compete, you will always lose. I've been saying that for the longest while. You will always lose. Don't even bother waste your time. You feel me? You have white women competing against black women competing against white women, light-skinned black women competing against dark-skinned black women, and vice versa. It don't make no sense, because the only ones who hurt at the end of the day are you, uno. No, me no, because me not in the competition thing with uno. Who are hurt, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, psychologically, spiritually, who are hurt. You understand me? Because a lot of these men that you're competing for are damaged goods. They need to go fix themselves. They need to go back to the factory for maintenance. But just because you want to look like a winner, but for how long? For a day, for a week, for a month, a year, few years? And the longer you continue to live in that lie, or that, keep up that charade, is the more painful and destructive the end thereof is going to be. I'm telling you. So you must know what you want for yourself. And many of the men who are damaged, most of them are black men. And I know they're not going to like me, but it's the truth, because I notice a lot of black women especially do not know how to raise children. I could go on and on and on. The videos are on my profile, my account, that tell you how despicable a lot of black women are. Mostly with this competitive frequency that a lot of them are vibrating in. That 501s for big ass grown women. A lot of them not have nothing named sense. A lot of these black men, they need fixing. They don't know how to treat women. They don't know how to treat the good ones, and they don't know how to treat the bad ones. And especially the good ones. They don't know how to what? Invest in a good woman? No, they don't. They only know, a lot of them, how to use a good woman. They only know user because a lot of them, their mothers taught them to be users. Their mothers are prostitutes and whores, though, unbeknownst to a lot of them. Unbeknownst to a lot of the mothers. You understand me? Because all they cater about, or care about, in other words, is the dollar bill. And the man's dick. They don't care about the influence of the man in their life, or the man's influence in their children's lives. Right? That was one of the main reasons why I divorced. Why I separated, why I left him, because he's the one who filed for divorce, and I was happy because I didn't have any money. Had I had the money, I would have divorced him instantly. I would have divorced him prior to even leaving the house. Yeah? To show him how serious I was. And to, sort out the furniture, if that needed sorting out. Yeah. But when my sons were much younger, they used to abuse me and used to hit me and smack me. And I thought to myself one day, and I realized they were emulating his behavior. After I divorced him, I realized different treatment from my sons. Completely different treatment from them. They were way more loving. They were in their frequency because they were not pulling on his abusive frequency. So a lot of you have your toddlers out there, your children out there, and they're smacking you and abusing you. It's because you're with an abusive spouse or partner. And you need to detach from that person. Because the children live what they learn. It's not what you tell them, it's what they see around them, what they see happening around them. That's what they exude. They project what they take in. They're empaths. Children are naturally empaths. They will always pull on the frequencies that surround them. So you will tell them one thing, but it's what they pull in energetically that they're going to exude. So a lot of black mothers are disconnected from even their children because that's that Cancer frequency, motherhood, nurturing. They're disconnected from their children, so they don't understand what's going on with their children, and therefore they don't know what actions to take respectively. Stop competing, man. Look how much I wanna get hurt. And me now just talk about the physical abuse, I'm talking about the emotional abuse and the financial abuse, the spiritual abuse. Some of you're taking in a lot of crosses from these men when you have sex with them. Because they might have sex with all kind of dirty, filthy women. And though you look pan some careless girl around and say, Tan, me not go like some of them girl, and no way will I ever be like some of them, But the mere fact that you're grinding a man, or you're allowing that man who's grinding the careless girl, the mere fact that you allow that man who's grinding the careless girl to grind you pulling in the careless frequency and energies. You hear what I'm saying? So, you focusing on the woman and you're slandering the woman, but you're not watching the man. You don't cater what he's doing. You don't cater if he's decent enough or respectable enough to not frivolously flaunt him body or share him dick all over the place and be a community dick. You don't care about that, but you care about your representation in comparison to the women around you. But you don't see that you're taking in their energies too. No care how you bathe and pretty up yourself and fix up yourself. The mere fact that you're with a man who is everybody's man mean that you're all them bitches. Yeah, you're all them bitches that he gets with. So you have to be conscious. Some of you know that you're with whorish men and you don't care. Because you don't see the connectivity. The man connects you to all them bitches and whores, That's what you need to understand. So if you have a careless man, you need to ditch him too, because he's just like them bitches out there. And he might go transform you even faster than than you communicating with them bitches, yeah. Because that's a straight, direct impact. Yeah, you're pulling in the frequencies, even what do you call it, more quickly and intensely when he has sex with them and you have sex with him. Yeah. Than if you should communicate with them women. So you need to be conscious. Yeah, it's getting darker and darker. I see a lot of women, a lot of these men, they dog women. And listen, stop make the man them fooling up and telling you, oh, she's a bitch and this and that. That's why them treat a particular woman a certain way. No, like I said in one of them video that I uploaded yesterday, you treat people how you treat them because of who you are. Have nothing to do with the other person. It's completely to do with you. Completely to do with you. Right? So a lot of black people, they make up all kinds of excuses about slavery. The impact of slavery, why they can't get certain things done. And I show you a lot of things that I've gotten done without support from anybody. Men, so-called family members, And like I said, I never had friends. So, no friends either. So all them people out there who have support from family members and um, so-called friends and, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry, who them a screw, because some of them have partners, you know, we call it long-term partners, plus them have Joe grind on the side, and they cannot accomplish anything out of any of them support that what them a get, because no frequency is not right, no frequency is off, no imbalance. Yeah, get out of that 501's frequency and stop the complaining and bitching and actually do something. The reason why you guys not getting much done is because you're too fast, focus too much in other people's life. Invest on the time and energy in other people's life and what them do it for them life rather than what you should be doing with yours. And there are always evidences, to show you the ones who are actually spending time on themselves in their own lives, right? And the ones who are actually wasting time, gossiping, stalking, and spying in other people's business. Because despite the support they get, nothing will come from it. Nothing. Right? They will watch you and copy your shit and put to their platform and so on and so forth, But how far will that get? That won't get any far. That won't get far, That won't get that won't lift far off the ground, because you will see the evidence of it, that they don't understand what they're saying. Whatever it is that they're saying, it's not authentically coming from them. People are not idiots, people. When something is what you call it, organic, meaning it's authentic, right? When it's organic to you, meaning it's authentically you, coming from you, it's easy to tell, because you know how to go down in that and really explain it down to the nitty-gritty. So you let them copy. They won't be able to copy for long, because in a little while someone will catch on, and once somebody catch on, the whole will catch on. And what a disgrace that will be. So you have some of them, they won't invest in themselves. They will just watch you and direct a lot of hateful energies towards you. That's what they'll do. And then copy yours to make it seem as if they're doing something with their time. But in time, someone will, what does this and that mean? What is so and so? And they will be dumbfounded, and then you will know and realize it's just some regurgitated shit. Yeah, regurgitated shit. You take in your thing and you process it and you digest it and you shit it out, and they take in that shit. Alright? And they don't understand. They don't understand the byproducts of that. Right? They don't understand the manufacturing of that. Right? They just take it and distribute it. So they don't know the ingredients to explain the nitty-gritty. And it's only time. You leave them people to time, because in time they will be exposed. And the longer they do it for, and the longer they try to copy you, is the more embarrassing it's going to be for them once they get found out. But women, like I said, you need to stop competing. When you compete, you lose. Right? The men, they're uniting together against us women. And so you find it really hard. You know why it's so hard for a woman? It's not about all about the narcissistic, chauvinistic, sexist men, It's also about the women who are against the Cancer frequency, the feminine collective. Right? Yeah. Because had you, had the support of other women, I tell you, things wouldn't be so hard. But it's because the men are competing against us and the women are competing against us. And that's why it's so hard. No house divided against itself can stand in any way, shape, or form. No care how you want to take it. You have women being abused and a lot of women co-signing that shit. And then when justice, when that shit come back around to them, because it will, yeah, it will eventually affect you because you're a part of the feminine collective. Then you start to scream for justice. But you have to seek a friend before you need one. You can't seek justice. And you didn't lobby for it when another woman was in need of it. It don't work like that. And that's why you say, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. That's what the scripture, is trying to teach us when it taught when Christ taught the golden rule in Matthew. Yeah? You would want someone to come to your rescue. You would want justice for yourself. So seek justice for another woman, regardless of who that man is, whether it's your brother or your son or your cousin or your friend or your spouse or your lover. Seek justice for that other woman. Because eventually, if it's not you, it's going to be your daughter or your granddaughter or your niece or your cousin, or it's going to be a feminine energy that you care about. Because that's the cycle of life. What goes around, come back around. Seek a friend before you need one. Don't make the Negro tell you about, or the ninja tell you about, she a bitch and she this and she that and she deserve it. He's a bitch. A real man will always be a real man. In spite of, despite of. That's what I was trying to teach you guys in that video that I uploaded yesterday. Irregardless of circumstances, hold your ground. Means maintain your composure. And when you check it out down to the nitty-gritty, they're the ones to blame, if anyone was to be blamed. And like I said, nobody determine your overall output or your outcome but you. As long as you're a balanced person, you will make the right and conscious effort to do the right thing at all times. Not saying anyone is perfect, but a real man does what a real man should do. And that is to respect that which brought him here, brought him forth here, and that's the Cancer frequency, that feminine frequency. No, it's not specifically your mother. It is every woman, even the bitch on the street, right? Some people, the conclusion is you can only love them from afar. So guess what? She's a bitch. Detach and love her from afar. Do not try to keep her latched onto your side and what you call abuse her. And then at the end of the day, you say that she's a bitch. Because when you look at it, a lot of them, they don't want to release these women that they claim to be bitches. Yeah, they try to keep them in their lives by various means and ways. And then, abuse them and, blame them for the abuse. So like I said, a lot of these men, they need healing, especially in the black community. Black women, you have a responsibility. Teach your sons how to be men. Teach them how to respect the feminine frequency, not just you. Right? Because you teach them to worship and to praise and respect you alone. Eventually, that, like I said, there's a thin line between love and hate. Eventually, when they realize that they can't just respect or love you alone, they have to respect and love other women. That, deep adoration that they had for you or have for you is going to be transmuted and transformed into hate, vicious hate. And you be careful, because some of you might even die at the hands of your own children, your own sons. Yes, because you teach them not to respect a good woman, any woman, only you. And when they come across various good women and they ill-treat them and they leave them and they realize they're all alone and they're stuck with you, old decrepit you, You cannot give them punani because that first and foremost is nasty, right? Them are going to turn around and slaughter you because they're going to say, you are not a good mother. You taught me, you brainwashed me and taught me to love only you. When I should have loved, and I should have loved and respected other women too. You're the problem, mother. You are the problem. You're sick and I need to get rid of you too. And they're going to kill you. So sometimes you hear sons kill their mothers. Don't even ask. A lot of these mothers influence their sons to get rid of good women out of their lives. And you're not going to always be there for your son because one day you're going to die. And if you're a good mother, you will hope and pray to die before your son. What you leave him with? Hmm? A lot of these men, even after their mothers die and gone, they still don't know how to treat women. Hmm? That's the lesson, that's the life lesson and the mentality you want to leave this earth. Leave this earth and leave your sons with. Hmm? That's not going to be helpful to them. That's not going to be useful to them at all. Only to land them in the workhouse, what they call jail or prison. Right? Or an early grave. Because some of them, they can't manage the stress. Some of them can't manage prison, so what? Suicide, them are going to commit. Some of them might die early in prison too. Yeah. So, you must know. A lot of you mothers, you must know what you want for your sons. Yeah? Because you might have life now, but you're not going to have life forever. I'm telling you that. And if you are a good mother, you're going to pray and hope that you die before your sons. Or your son. And it's quite as simple as that. Yeah? Let me stay. I'm going to come back with another video that I wanted to make mention of.